Traxxas Slash fans, it's good to have you today. I am really excited to reveal my latest build. This is a Slash 4x4 converted from a LCG chassis to a chassis that I'm calling the NR Special. I'm really excited to show this to you today. It's been a project that I wanted to build but wasn't sure where to start, and then I found the XO1 chassis and did everything that I could to figure out how to make this thing fit for the Traxxas Slash wheelbase and still be able to run it in a short course truck class. So the reveal, you can see here I'm using an XO1 chassis that I've cut down to a Slash 4x4 wheelbase. If I turn it over for you, you can see I had to drill a bunch of new pilot holes and then figure out how to mount the bulkheads. But effectively, I took my Slash LCG and all the components and just laid it out. You can see I'm using the Slash LCG rear motor mount here, and this is the King Heads motor mount. I had the STRC motor mount but found that it was the bearing was getting pretty wobbly in there, so I replaced it with this one. A couple of things that I think I want to point out on this is I am running the rear GTR shocks with the losi rear springs here. These are silver rate. I found that running the front springs in the rear did not give me enough ride height, so I went with the rear springs, and these seem to be working out the way that I would want them to. And then I do have the front GTR shocks, or the rear GTR shocks on the front because of the extra droop that it gives me. And then on these I am running the front GTR springs, and I think, or front losi springs, and I think these are green rate. From here you can kind of see where I did some work to get the servo and steering bell crank mounted. Everything on this was pretty much drilled by sight, slash I used a couple little templates that I cut off of different parts of other chassis that I had to find out what my hole position should be. The only thing on here that I did not pull off of my Slash LCG chassis to mount on was this battery holder. You can see I'm just running the stock Tekno battery tray here. One thing that I really did not want to do with this truck is put a bunch of different brand parts on it. You can see I'm running the Tekno center drive shaft, and then I also have the Tekno drive shafts as well on all four corners. And so I trust Tekno. I also think that they build great trucks. The one thing I did not want to do was put anything losi on here, and I have been able to avoid that. Running the Castle 3800 motor, and then the Mamba Monster X ESC. I've been really happy with this setup. It has not given me any issues. I also have a 2650 Castle motor, and so when I want to push 3S or 4S in this, I can. The biggest challenge to building this truck was the rear motor mount and getting that lined up. One thing that you can see that I did is I actually cut off of my LCG chassis the rear motor mount chassis, and so you can kind of see there where I had to make those cuts, and I actually have that old chassis right here, and you can see I just cut that whole part off the back there. Kind of unfortunate that I had to do that. I was trying to avoid chopping into this chassis, but I think for this build, you can see this chassis is kind of seen better days, and so I wouldn't mind replacing this if I needed to go back to it at some point in time. All in, I think this was a super exciting build. I've gotten to run it at the track one time, and it handled incredibly. Flying through the air, it was balanced. I think I want to get it out a few more times and just get the chassis and the shocks and springs tuned a little bit more. But otherwise, I think this truck has the potential that the stock LCG did not. And so all in, I'm pretty excited to see what I'm able to do with this. Haven't been able to race it yet. We've had rain nonstop here in California the last few weeks, and so we will get that all set. But when I do get it out to the track, I do have a feeling that my lap times are going to be a lot better with this than the stock LCG. Thank you for watching today. I hope this inspired you and your Traxxas Slash builds. If you are interested, I do have some additional XO1 chassis that I wouldn't mind putting some drawings together and sending them out to you guys if you have any interest in where to drill your holes for this. But good luck, enjoy, and until next time, thank you.